So the session today was focused on advanced therapies and, importantly, the commercial aspects of advanced therapies. And they're a very sort of fast-growing area of promise in terms of curing certain diseases, particularly at the moment, blood cancers and solid tumor cancers. So they're coming down the track. There's a large volume of these clinical trials being presented to us to adopt as a network. The UK government and other governments around the world are introducing regulations and guidelines about how these types of therapies get deployed in healthcare settings. So we have to pay attention to those and comply with those. And there's a cost, in terms of maybe equipment, training people to behave properly in those environments, and also the paperwork involved. I guess one of the challenges is, how do we, as a group, how do we charge pharmaceutical companies or life sciences companies to use our facilities to deploy those trials in a healthcare setting? Yeah, there's many differences. So one difference is, in many cases, you're using human tissue cells from patients to actually be processed and then reintroduced to the patient as part of their therapy. So along with that is all sorts of added activities that have costs associated with sort of taking cells from patients, looking after those cells, transporting those cells to other places for manipulations and so forth. And then another sort of complicating thing is, many times those cells are combined with genetically modified organisms. So then we have another problem of being very careful with those GMOs, as they're called, and making sure that they don't, escape into the atmosphere and into the environment generally, or cross-contaminate other patients in the hospital. The big overriding business thing is that we're a public service, and we have to give sort of value for money back to the taxpayer. So we've also got to make sure that we're not. I don't think we are. We've got to make sure we present a fair cost to industry, so that they're not, absorbing NHS resources for commercial, for their commercial interests. So we just have to very accurately and be very transparently lay out to industry what the costs of deploying these advanced therapies are in a hospital setting or a clinical research facility setting. Top tip would be, if you're going down this road, start with a larger company and build experience with that first before you move on to more exotic things. Maybe work with another site. I think that's the most important thing, is to find a site that might be doing a trial and then learn from them and then do that trial yourself.